Hey everyone, welcome to the solution video for the second assignment. In this video, I'm going to be going over the solution for the credit card payment. So I would recommend, if you haven't already, to try this on your own first before looking at the solution. If you had any problems with it, or if you had problems getting started, um, I will give you some hints, and I will show you the code towards the end of the video, but I will kind of explain how you want to do this, how you want to go about it. All right, so like I said, if you have not tried this on your own, or if you're stuck, you can watch the first part of this video, which is me just going over everything, and then at the very end, I will go over the code. So try to avoid looking at the code until you can get it on your own. Okay, so for this assignment, we are going to calculate the interest that is charged for 1 month on a credit card. So you're pretty much counting the amount of interest you're going to have to pay. As you can see, the example output, you're going to have a prompt that's going to ask the user what your current balance is. We're going to say, okay, they say $500. Okay, what is your APR? That is going to be this is 17.99%. And then your interest payment will be $7.50. Now, the rounding is a little bit weird, the way that JavaScript does it. So this isn't actually exact, but this is good enough. So if you can get these numbers, it's fine, and I would consider that a pass. So how do we go about solving this problem? So the first thing is there was a couple of things I added to this specific assignment I wanted you guys to research and review. The first was parse float, and the second one was toFixed. And I have parse float here and toFixed here. And this is fairly self-explanatory. This pretty much takes a number and it converts it into a decimal number or a floating point number. And then toFixed takes a number and it just chops off, it rounds the specific number of decimals. So that's what I mean with the rounding. The rounding's a little bit weird in the way that it counts it. So that's why it's not going to be exact, but it should be good enough. Um, so how do you actually do this now, right? So I didn't specifically explain to you guys how to do this on purpose. I wanted you to figure out how to calculate the credit card payment. And that's a very simple Google search. And if you Google search it, you will find this page on Chase, um, and it will explain to you how to calculate that. And it is right here. And I will link this. I will link this in the description below so you guys can read through this. And then I will also put this link in here, and this is the actual calculator itself. So this is 30 days, and what did we say? 17. So 17.99%. So change this to a 7. We normally calculate it. You see it's $7.45, but we ended up getting $7.50. Again, because of just the way the rounding works, it's a little bit weird. But yeah, I'll link both of these in the description box, and you guys can read through this, read how to exactly implement it, and you can play around with it a little bit more. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get into the code now. If you have not tried this yet, I would recommend you stop the video right now and go back and try it on your own. But for those of you that have already done this or want to see how I did it or just got stuck and need to get the solution, nothing wrong with that. I'm going to show that right now. So, the solution. So we are taking it's a very pretty basic script, not too much to it. So we're going to take a prompt and we're going to pass in what we want it to say. We're going to say, what is your current balance? We're going to take the balance and we're going to parse it as a float because it's coming back to us as a string type. As you see when you hover over it, it's a string. And then after that, it ends up being this is going to end up being a float. It's going to convert it to a float. So now we have balance as a float. And yeah, and then we're going to do the same thing with the APR. Same thing. We're going to get, what is your APR? They're going to put it in. we're going to convert it into a floating point number. And then here we have the monthly APR. This is how you calculate it. So we get the annual, that's what the A stands for in APR, and we're going to divide it by 12 to get the monthly APR. Or MPR, I guess technically that's what this would be. And I just have it fixed to 4. You can have it to whatever you want. It's, again, the rounding is a little bit weird the way it works, and it kind of throws off some of the calculations. Anyway, so you're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get the we're gonna calculate that, and we're going to parse it into a float as well. And then we're going to get the interest payment, which is going to be the monthly APR times the balance. And we're going to do it to 2 decimal numbers. And it just logs it out here. So when we run this, we say our balance is, I don't know, $5,000. So we can say the APR can be, I don't know, make it 20%. And there you go. You would be paying $83.50 just in interest. So think about that next time you get a credit card. All right. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments, and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. All right. I'll see you in the next one.